So we are welcome once more to NEPH. I'm your tutor, Mr. Okuki, and if you're new to this channel, you're highly welcome. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, okay, and share the link of the channel to some students or even family member or friends that needs to improve result in math. Alright, so today we are going to look at a simple problem on what word problem. So we are going to first of all read through the question and understand the problem very well so that we can be able to solve it with ease. So the question says the sum of two consecutive numbers, okay, two consecutive even numbers is what? 30, okay? Find the smaller number. So let's understand something here. We have sum. A sum means plus or addition. Now, two consecutive numbers. What are two consecutive numbers? So our solution to this simple problem, okay, sum means what? Addition, plus, okay? Now, consecutive, okay, or two consecutive numbers. And when we say consecutive numbers in maths, okay, what we want to understand is numbers that follow one another, right? For instance, just consecutive numbers, we can say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay? So all these are what? Consecutive numbers. So if I say two consecutive numbers, 1 and 2 are consecutive because they follow one another. Now, 2 and 3 are consecutive because after 2 you have 3. 3 and 4 are consecutive. But if we look at this question, it says two consecutive even numbers. Okay? So we have a given condition. So when we say consecutive, okay, even numbers, can also say consecutive odd numbers. From the consecutive numbers we have, let's bring out, consecutive even numbers and odd numbers. Now, for instance, I can say, okay, for consecutive even numbers, remember the word is even. So I know this is even, this is even, this is even, this is even. Why are they even? Because you can divide those numbers by 2 without what remaining. So 2 and 4 we can say are consecutive even numbers. They follow one another according to what? The arrangement. We also have, okay, we can say 4 and 6. 4 and 6 are also consecutive. We can also say what? 6 and what? 8. They are also consecutive, but consecutive even. Now, but what about when we say consecutive odd numbers? Now, for consecutive odd numbers, we want to use the odd numbers. So we can say 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 are consecutive. We can say 3 and 5. So 3 and 5. Okay. We can also say 5 and 7 are also what? Consecutive. Now that we've understood what consecutive even number is and what consecutive odd number is, now let's apply that knowledge to solve this problem. Now the question says the sum of two consecutive even what numbers. For instance, if I say the sum of these consecutive even numbers 2 and 4, so it means 2 plus what? 4 is equals to what? 6. Okay? If I say the sum of this consecutive even number, it means I'm saying what? 4 plus 6 is equals to what? 10. Alright. But the question this time says what? Is equals to 30. Alright? Is equals to 30. Now we don't know, what the smaller number is and what the bigger number is. So the idea is we have to give what? An alphabet to the smaller number. Okay? So let's say the smaller number will start it with A. Okay? Plus. Now if you look at the difference between consecutive numbers, what differentiates it? If you have the first one, the second one, you have to add 2 to get to this one. If you have this one, you have to add 2 to get to this one. So if I say the first number should be A, okay, it means the second number should be what? A plus what? 2. And the question says is equal to what? 30. So with this expression, we can be able to find what? A small number. Now remember the small number is the first number. So this is going to be the small number. Okay. All right. So this is one approach to solve this. Okay. So with this, let us solve for what? A. Now how do we solve for A? We have this as A plus, you can remove the bracket, so we have just A plus 2, which is equals to 30. Now A plus A can be added, which is what? 2A plus what? 2 is equals to what? 30, right? Now from this, we can subtract 2 from both sides. This is now a simple equation. So I have 2A plus 2 minus 2, we are going to get 30 minus what? 2. Okay, so this is 2A, okay, plus 2 minus 2 is 0, which is equals to 30 minus 2 is going to give us 28. And 2A plus 0 is going to give us 2A, which is equals to what? 28, right? Now from that, we can now easily get our answer. Now 2A is equals to what? 28. What do we do to find A? All we need to do to find A is we are going to divide it by 2, and we are going to divide it by 2. So these will cancel out this. We are left with A, which is equals 2 will cancel out 28. Now 2 divided 2 is 1, 2 divided 8 is 4. So the small number, okay, in this case is what? 14. So the small number that they're asking us is what? 14. Alright? So what becomes the big number? Okay? Well, if you look at it, it means 14 plus what? X should give you what? 30. So the big number, okay, should be what? 30 minus 14. So x is what? 30 minus 14, which is what? 16. But in this case, what we are being asked to solve for is what? For 14. That gives us the solution. But we are also going to apply another what? Alternative, okay, to solve this problem. So let's apply it and see. Now, the next alternative in solving this same problem is, okay, starting with what? The larger number. Okay, if you're starting with the larger number, just like we have 4 and 2, so 4 plus 2, which is 6, or what? 6 plus 4, which is what? 10. These are two consecutive what? Even numbers. These are two consecutive even numbers. So if we want to start, in such a way that we are going to start with what? The larger number. Okay, I'm going to say let m be equals to what? The larger what? Number. If n is the larger number, so the smaller number is going to be what? If you observe, this is 4. Okay, here is the larger number. The smaller number is what? 4 minus 2. If you also observe this is 6, the larger number. The smaller number is what? 6 minus what? 2, which is 4. So if n is a larger number, okay, the smaller number is going to be, okay, m minus 2 is going to be the smaller what? Number. What this means is the larger number m plus what? M minus 2 is going to give us, in this case, we have as what? 30. Okay? This is also another approach to look at this problem. Now let's solve this out and see what we get. Remember, n is the larger number. So if we solve out for n here, it means we have solved for the larger number. So we have m, okay, plus n minus 2. You can open the brackets, which is equals to what? 30. Now m plus n is going to give us 2m minus 2, which is equals to 30. Okay. Now, what do we do to remove this 2? We are going to add 2 to both sides. So 2m, okay, minus 2 plus 2 is equals to what? 30 plus what? 2. Now, in this case, remember, n is the larger number. So we are solving for what? The larger number first. Okay. So let's see what this gives us. So we have 2n minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So we have 2n plus 0 is equals to what? 30 plus 2, which is what? 32. 2n plus 0 is 2n, which is equals to 32. Okay, so what do? We divide both sides by 2. 2, so this will cancel this. So our n, which is the larger number, becomes what? So if we divide this, we are going to get what? 16. So it's 16. So now the smaller number becomes what? Remember, I will say n minus 2, n minus 2, which is equal, so we have what? N is 16, so we say 16 minus 2. So that will give us what? 40. So this is the second approach to this problem. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Take care. Bye.